Hey guys, welcome to my channel Crafty Cat. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build an L-shaped desk. I'm not claiming to be an expert in any way, so this is just me taking two pieces of furniture that I had lying around and creating this desk that I actually had been wanting for a while. Make sure to follow me on social media and subscribe to my channel Crafty Cat. So let's get to it. So I began my project with these two pieces of furniture. One is an antique desk that I actually had lying. I had both of these lying around the house, and I decided to incorporate them and make them the bottom portion of my desk. If you need to resize them, you just resize them. I actually resized the shelf. The shelf was actually a little bit too tall, and this is the portion that I cut off. As you can see, I made a line there, and I just cut that piece off, and it worked. So you just have to make the piece of furniture that you choose the same size, so obviously your desk isn't lopsided. The next step is arranging your furniture how you want. I decided to go with the desk on the front part and the shelving on the side. And we bought this plywood that it's a finished plywood. You could use any type of plywood, just make sure it's thick enough. And you just cut it to the size and measurements that you want, and this is what I'm doing here. I'm just measuring. A quick tip would be measure twice, cut once. And what I mean by that is obviously you have a limited amount of supply, so you don't want to cut incorrectly and then have to buy the material again. Now that we have our guidelines, we're going to be using a hand saw, and you're just going to be following the line that you just created with your pencil, and you're tracing it. If you never used a hand saw, it actually has like a little arrow. I don't think you guys could see it, but you could easily follow the line through that and use it as your guide. If you're afraid of using these type of tools as well, you can always have someone help you, maybe your dad, your boyfriend, a friend. I actually have my dad helping me with this, so he's the one cutting. Once you're finished making your cuts, this is essentially how the top is going to look like. I actually decided also to add more of a finished look to the edges. I used a 2 by 1 inch lumber, and you could see them at the top. So what you need to do is just cut the edges at 45-degree angles, and that will give you the frame look on the edge. So that's all I did for those pieces of lumber, which unfortunately I didn't capture. Like I said, mentioned earlier in the video, the pieces of furniture that I got were not new, so I decided to paint the bottom of them, and you're going to see it later on in the video. Like I said earlier in the video, I was very limited with the footage that I got because I was helping my dad. So I actually did not get any footage of us attaching these side panels onto the top portion of the desk. So here you have them already attached, and we used the ready patch to cover where all the nails went into it. These are some very small nails that go so that they don't break the wood. Once the ready patch has dried, we're going to begin the staining. I decided to stain mine. You could paint it white, you could paint it whatever color. I really liked the plywood that I chose, so I wanted that to show, which is why I stained it. If you're interested in the color that I used, it was hickory. And to stain anything, you're gonna need some gloves, a rag, and a brush, and obviously whatever paint you use. So here you're gonna use your brush, and it's like painting any type of furniture. So you're painting, and with the rag you're gonna sort of kind of like if you're wiping it down, so you're taking the paint off. And I would recommend having someone help you with this because it does dry pretty quick. So while one paints, the other one can use the rag and pat it out. Something that we noticed was that it was better to just brush the paint in one direction, because since it does dry out, you could sort of see the strokes that you're making with the brush. So I would recommend just going one direction to avoid any of the strokes from the brush to show. Once you're finished staining, this is how it's gonna look. So just make sure you let it dry. While we let the top portion down, we're gonna continue on with the bottom portion of the desk. If you bought your furniture brand new, obviously you could skip this step. But if you were like me and you decided to renovate the furniture that you had, you're going to start by sanding it. Once you finish sanding it, you're going to want to apply 2 prime coats and 2 finish coats. If you need to patch any cracks or holes that your furniture might have, I would recommend using caulking, and I would do it either before the first prime coat or after the first prime coat, but obviously before the finish coats. Once you're done painting, the shelving looks brand new, and now we do the fun part. We start assembling. So to assemble it, all you're going to do is use your handgun and handgun the furniture pieces onto the top of the desk. And there you have it, guys. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them below or ask me on social media. Till next time.